You know, when a company like HP releases its quarterly earnings, it's never just a bunch of numbers. It tells a story. And let me tell you, HP's latest story is a wild ride. We're talking about a hot new hero product, a sudden crisis that's threatening everything, and a massive billion-dollar bet on the future. All right, let's break it all down.
First up, the big number that got everyone on Wall Street talking. HP posted earnings of 93 cents per share. Now, the big deal here? It totally smashed expectations. This is our first clue that, at least on the surface, HP had a really strong quarter.
And it wasn't just earnings. Their revenue came in at over $14.6 billion, which also blew past the forecasts. So you'd think, hey, everything's great, right? Well, not so fast. This is where the story gets a whole lot more interesting.
Because when you really pop the hood on HP, you find it's not one single company. It's actually two very different businesses that just happen to share the same logo. And as you're about to see, they are heading in completely opposite directions.
So on one hand, you've got their personal systems division. That's all the laptops and PCs. And it is absolutely on fire, with revenue jumping a really healthy 8%. But then you've got the old school print business, and it's going in reverse, dropping 4%. So the key thing to understand is that the PC business is basically carrying the entire company on its back right now.
So what's lighting that fire under the PC division? It's all about two letters, AI. The demand for new AI-powered PCs is just exploding. I mean, look at this. They already make up over 30% of all the PCs HP is shipping. That is a massive shift. But, and this is a huge but, this crazy growth has a secret, hidden cost. And that's where our story takes a sharp turn.
And that brings us to the main event, the big conflict for HP. That booming PC business, especially the AI part of it, is super hungry for components, and the rising price of one little component is now threatening to just wreck their profits.
So what is this threat? What's the one thing that could just wipe out all the gains they're making? Is it a new competitor? A big market crash? Nope. It's the insane, skyrocketing price of a teeny tiny chip that every single computer needs to function.
We're talking about DRAM, memory. It already makes up a huge chunk of what it costs to build a PC. We're talking up to 18%. And here's the kicker. Those awesome new AI PCs everyone's buying, yeah, they often need even more of this high-performance memory, which just makes the whole problem worse. And we're not just talking a slow creep up. This thing is skyrocketing. HP's own CEO said the increase has been dramatic, especially just in the last few weeks. It's like a sudden storm hitting them right where they thought they were strongest.
Want to see what that storm looks like in real money? HP figures this whole memory crisis is going to slice 30 cents off their earnings per share next year. That's a massive hit. It's a financial gut punch that could undo a whole lot of their hard work.
So if you're HP, how do you fight back against a crisis like this? Well, they've got a two-part plan. First, some quick moves to stop the bleeding right now, and second, one massive, long-term bet to completely transform the company.
Okay. So short-term, they're in full-on crisis mode. They're scrambling to find cheaper suppliers, they're looking at redesigning their products to use less of this expensive memory, and, yep, you guessed it, they're going to have to start passing some of those costs onto us by raising prices. But that's just the bandage. Their real answer is way more ambitious.
And here it is, the core of their big plan, straight from their CEO, Enrique Lores. They're basically saying, hey, we can't just sell AI in our products, we have to use AI to reinvent how we do everything. The idea is to make the entire company faster, smarter, and way more efficient.
And they put a number on it, a huge one, $1 billion. Now I want you to really get what this means. This isn't just saving $1 billion one time. This is about changing how they do business so they are $1 billion leaner and meaner, year after year after year.
So how in the world do you find $1 billion in savings? Well, they're looking everywhere. They're going to use AI to design new products faster, use AI to make customer support better, and use it to streamline pretty much every internal process you can think of. It's a total reboot of the company's entire operating system. Okay, so let's put all the pieces of this puzzle together. You've got booming AI PC sales on one side, a declining print business on the other, a painful cost crisis in the middle, and this giant, risky bet on AI to fix it all. So, what does that mean for the bottom line? Well, the company's official forecast tells the story perfectly. They see the PC market still growing but slowly. The print market, it's going to keep shrinking. And that earnings range of $290 to $320 per share, remember that painful 30-cent hit we talked about? Yeah, that's already baked right in.
This is their new reality. So here's the big takeaway. It's like HP is fighting a fire in the engine room with one hand, while trying to build a faster, stronger ship with the other. They're trying to survive this short-term crisis while betting the entire farm on AI and high-end computers for the long haul.
And that leaves us with the billion-dollar question, right? HP is going all in, staking its future on this massive AI transformation. But in a tech world that changes in the blink of an eye, is this incredibly bold bet the right one to make sure they don't just survive, but actually win?